Hey, I wanted to talk to you about my energy art painting from Pennhurst, River of Tears and Blood, or A River of Tears and Blood. Um, I made this painting as a way to capture the sadness that I felt from the energy there, from the people that lived there. It was open for like 80 years or so, and there were over 10,000 people there, and at times there were like over 3,000 people there at a time. And at some time in like the 70s or 80s, there was a TV series about like the deplorable conditions and things, and they tell the story of some of the patients when you're on the history walk there, and I felt so empathetic and connected to that sadness energy. And I did one painting that I shared the series last year. It was kind of black and white, which is some like ghost hunting kind of vibes to it, because that's kind of what I did. But this one was more, I felt I needed to do two, and I needed to do an emotional read type painting. And so at the end I was so shocked the way like the blue and the red came out across the middle together and gave it that river look, and it had the red with the blue, like the blood. And I keep thinking, like, one of the stories, and I think whenever I do these energy paintings from different places, I think I'm supposed to tell you, I'm supposed to do story times to talk about the energy there and the people there and the place and wherever I am, whether it's just the trees. Like, I like to talk about my time with the trees and my meditations and things like that. But hold on, excuse me, big confirmation. This is what I'm supposed to do. Through this painting, the story that keeps coming to my mind that they told on the history tour is from one patient who, of course, in those conditions, not of course, but like so sadly, in those conditions, the patients face such neglect and like abuse, just like physical abuse, and whatever. But they used experimental treatments on patients for things. And at one time there was a time there when there was one doctor that was heavy on pulling teeth, I think, or something like that. But the story that sticks in my mind, the image that sticks in my mind that they told us, is of one patient who was having her tooth pulled, and they did it so wrong that they pulled part of her jaw out too. And that's kind of where I kind of feel like that bloodline on that river in that painting comes from. Because if you kind of look at it in one, like, I like it facing with the loop going up, but if you look at it with the loop going down, it's kind of like an empty tooth socket too. I don't know, maybe that's very strange, but that's like, every time I see that painting, that's what I think of, is that story of that patient who's, the doctor pulled out part of her jaw with pulling out her tooth. But I'm not trying to share this for like recognition or anything. I'm just sharing my experience and explaining what goes along with my painting, and I sit with it for a while, over a couple of years. I like having some paintings and some videos where I don't share the information for a year or two, so that I've had time to sit with it so I can process and get to the point. The point is that these patients that were treated so horribly, that were neglected and just like left wandering, like whatever, like, I feel like sometimes I want to just hold a moment of silence and imagine sending a little bit of love to those people in those moments, and letting them know that while they were forgotten when they were alive, they're not forgotten now. And I hope that they find peace in having people no, I guess. I don't know. I have another story from when I was there, but I'll tell that later.